Chapter 4. Changes. Due to my rest shortage, calm sleep deficiency, a complete absence of it. However you look at it, naturally, it brought ramifications way past my nighttime, consequently affecting my day-to-day. At work, I would be a real zombie, dealing with the workload and carrying out the tasks in a perfunctory manner, paying little to no mind to it, just listlessly going through the motions. My work pal would say, "What happened, buddy? Did you get enough sleep? The bags under your eyes are enormous, man." And I would just laugh it off, using my performative, sanguine temperament, making some sort of a joke and trying not to let my condition seem too serious to others. Don't stay up that late playing your video games. If only everything was that simple. Surprisingly, my appetite has increased dramatically. I would step away to have a snack any chance I could, feeding on those complimentary office treats they had in the break room, wiping out the pantry without any help, munching on those healthy protein bars like an unsolicited rodent. When before, I just eaten the bare minimum to sustain myself, enough calories to get me through the day. I wasn't all that into food intake, never claimed to be a foodie. Maybe my newfound gluttony was helping me cope with my lack of sleep and maintain brain activity, the only source supporting its fatigued engine. My weight remained unaffected, however, it stayed the exact same 2 pound. No gains or losses in that department. Stuck is probably a good word to describe my current state. My attention wavers, gets harder to focus. I find myself becoming more forgetful, more irritable. Days would drag at an extremely slow pace. Would look at the clock after at least an hour of honest work, and it would only be a minute or two later. My perception of time was completely off. Occasionally, I'll be so bored trying the hardest not to nod off at the workplace, yet from time to time losing this unbalanced battle. As luck would have it, I would avoid plunging far in it. Some deep-seated discomfort of sleeping in public would immediately jolt my body awake. I guess I would be saved by that primal fear, the prehistoric self-preservation instinct that comes with it. Right away looking around to see if anyone's there had noticed my embarrassing feat. And the more it happened, the more terrifying and helpless each time it felt, as if I was losing myself to the sleep universe, particle by particle, bit by bit. Throughout the daily routine, I felt out of my element, with only one thing on my mind. I couldn't wait to go home and go to sleep, hoping for rest, but maybe partially, subconsciously, wishing to enter the dream realm, despite the fear, to go where I felt welcome, perhaps where I truly belonged. In bed, I would try to rewind back to and pinpoint a specific event that was a catalyst in the sleep change, trying to recreate the past few weeks in my mind, sort out all that had happened. But I would always fall short and end up dreaming before long, sitting at my desk, slumped, right after eating a hefty pasta bolognese bowl for lunch, squinting from the sunlight trickling through the dysfunctional blinds. In my usual days, everything bright but dreary. A ladybug has landed on my computer screen. Great. Now we have bugs in our office. I told this guy not to leave his food all over the damn desk. These slobs would cause an infestation here. They say seeing a ladybug is a sign of luck. I'm not superstitious, but I can use some of it. Maybe later, I could finally get an uneventful good night's sleep. When I was a kid, I read somewhere that the lady part in the ladybug comes from the Middle Ages, when farmers were praying to the lady beetles. That's what they called ladybugs back then, who would eat the pests ruining the farmers' crops. Something to do with the Blessed Lady, aka Virgin Mary herself. That's another thing. Ladybugs are actually predators, eating on those less than plant-eating bugs, but also when the push comes to shove, practicing cannibalism and feeding on their own. Bright red coat with only a few spots, but the darkness is lurking underneath.
Dream Parade.